Someone's come to the lobby to see you. I wonder who it could be. Who's this green-haired chick? Here you go, and I'm to use in the rhythm game. I'll take good note of it. I had to start out with at least a pun. But, hey there guys, my name is Blake, also known as The Nerd, and welcome back to another episode of Hatsune Miku Project Mirai DX. It's been a little bit since I last recorded this, but I do remember the last episode. It was Deep Sea Girl and Sweet Magic, so that, as far as I know, is all the songs we did. But I also showed you a little bit of the Mirai Mall, or not a little bit, actually all of Mirai Mall. So in this episode, I figured let's start off with the rhythm game, but first, you might have noticed something at the bottom, well, not only on the bottom screen, but also on the top screen as well. And that is, every Friday, Gumi will deliver you a random gift. If you don't know who Gumi is, it's a Vocaloid that's not owned by Crypton. I kind of forgot what the owner of Gumi is called. Oh, by the way, I forgot to, she's seating! Oh my gosh! Stop! Stop! It's so adorable! I can't handle it! Stop! I can't handle it! Stop! Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable, I don't even know what we're gonna do this episode. Oh, right. This time, we're gonna start off on button mode, not on Finder, although it's a nice record saying all crowns and all perfects. The only song you'll ever see all perfects in both button and tap mode. But we're gonna head over to Animal Fortune Telling. How fortunate. Anyways, Fantasy Illustrations gives an interesting, contrasting backdrop for a song about awkward, bittersweet love. I almost read that thing as for a song about lyrics/music, awkward, bittersweet love. But speaking of, the music's actually by Scop, so that's worth noting. But I'm not gonna do this on tap mode, so let's go ahead and jump over to the button mode, shall we? And I'm gonna try it on normal. Again, I used the easy mode, so this might be a little something to try out with. Hopefully I don't miss a note like I did with the first one. AKA Deep Sea Girl. That would be embarrassing if I ended up somehow missing a note. Somehow. Okay, doing a lot better than most of my other attempts. Miku, that is rude! How dare you? That raccoon was using that table part for coffee, and then you frickin'... Ah, okay, you know what? A couple mistakes ain't bad. As long as it isn't on this yellow line, I'll be fine. Well, finally made it further than all my other attempts, thank goodness. That was a long line, holy crap. Okay, 3 ain't the end of the world. Would you believe me if I said I took 20 freaking minutes just to do this song and actually pass it on a good score that I would be most comfortable with? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised either. Because I kept screwing up for some reason, whether it's me having complete blankouts or just me like barely hitting the notes. It's not the control's fault. It's just I wasn't thinking straight, apparently. But as you can tell, I'm not going to aim for all perfects. I am going to aim for as high of a score as I can and try to get S ranks on most of these songs, if not all of them, because I'm guaranteeing right now that I may not be able to get S rank on all of them, but I am going with the mindset of hopefully getting an S rank. And hopefully that takes less than 15 attempts and a little shorter than 20 minutes. Good gosh. I still can't let that one slide. That is actually embarrassing. But in terms of it, we have now 10,005 points because we got 40 MP. There was actually no bonus pulse, which is interesting. I think it's one of the few songs that actually doesn't have that. But speaking of animal fortune telling, it's basically about a girl. I'll go over the song thing. That's what I'm doing right now. The whole gimmick of the song is there's a girl who tries to tell her crush her true feelings, but she's kind of shy to do so. She raises an animal fortune telling and implies that the two will be a good pair by the fortune telling. I'm actually reading notes based on what I've actually typed down or copy and pasted somewhere. Kind of an interesting description of the whole thing, and that's all I have written down for animal fortune telling. I've had a little bit more than that. I guess not really. But finally, that's over with. So now, we can move on to... oh gosh. Terekakushi Shishunki. That's gonna be interesting. I can't believe I missed this, but I have here on the notes that the official English translation of that song, which I still can't pronounce even in post form, it's translated to Embarrassment-Hiding Adolescence. Why did I look at that one note? It was only one note! But I don't think I'm going to do it on button mode. Instead, how about I do it on tap mode? But first, the bond between brother and sister is something not even time can change. I just want to point that out real quick. But if we go to the play options, because I forgot to mention this in animal fortune telling because I was kind of busy with the song and wanted to play right off the bat, you'll notice a thing called items. There are a variety of items here, but there are two ways you can actually get it. As you saw earlier in the episode, Gumi was actually able to give us an item of randomness, a random item basically, out of these 5 sections. Or you can actually spend play coins. Yes, this is another game on the 3DS that uses play coins. Did you think Animal Crossing New Leaf was the only one that used play coins? And does Street Pass use street coins? Or play coins? Not that I know of. If it does, let me know in the comment section below because I'm not entirely sure about that. But we do actually have some 5 gimmicks. Let me go ahead and explain over these gimmicks really quickly. So first off, we have the auto spin. It's as simple as it states. It spins for you so that you don't have to use the C stick, or not the C stick, the controls, the circle pad. I cannot. Okay, I'm used to Switch because I'm playing a lot of Smash Brothers. You probably might have told by the date that you think this is the 7th, but it's actually 3 days after the premiere of Smash Ultimate. So there is that. So that's the automatic spin. Recovery. Refills an empty life gauge and makes it compute more slowly. So basically, if you failed, quote unquote, the bar will automatically revive, but your score will not count. So if you do somehow fail and you don't make it to the point where you pass for even a ranking to move on to the next one, despite you having that safety net, you will not be able to pass on to the next song. You will have to play it again. Special. Turns an SP icon into Super SP icon. Hit it for more MP bonus. The MP bonus when you hit this is 3,000 Miku points, so keep that in mind whenever you're doing something like this, and it's probably good for money-wise. Role model is basically how to play the song and get perfect on it. Very good for hard strategies, however, you will not pass the song if you choose this. Thank goodness too, because that was a big problem I had with one of the games I played, Donkey Kong Country Returns, where if you play the tutorial mode, the game will think you've passed it and you move on to the next level, which is kind of weird, so I'm glad they kind of teach you, but have you play it at the same time so you can actually pass it. And the final thing, do or die. There is no safety zones. If you can make it through in one piece perfectly, your MP will double. However, if you miss even one note, game over. My best advice? Do this only on songs you are very comfortable and very good at playing, like you've narrowed it down perfectly. Or you can do it on easy mode. Which, I guarantee you most of you will pass anyways, but seriously, if you think you can do this on first attempt and do this, do not use this in any song you do not know, because you are going to fail and start over constantly if you keep this up. So yeah, these might be worth shaking your 3DS up and down, as we call it here on Let's Plays. Otherwise, for normal people, it's just called walking. But I am going to actually try to implement at least one of these per episode or per 2 episodes, depending. That means I'm gonna have to shake my 3DS a lot. Or I can walk around with it, but who wants to walk around with a 2DS? That sounds actually really awkward, now that I think about it. But why not use the special that Gumi gave us a little bit later? Or, first off. So, let's go ahead and use this, shall we? And once you have selected your item, you can only have one item per song. Hit OK, and let the tap magic begin. On normal mode, of course. Hopefully it doesn't take me as long. I seriously hope it doesn't. I really actually hope it doesn't. That's probably the most interesting thing I've seen for the Rainbow Lines. As far as right now. That's kind of a jerkish thing to do. In terms of that. It's kind of jerkish in terms of that, like, little whole thing. Ah, crap, I forgot to hold it. Okay, well, I'm missing a little more notes than I would like to, these past two songs, but I guess it's okay, as long as I'm still getting all the SP. Thank goodness it didn't take me quite as long, though I think it was only one reset, but... let me alliterate what I meant by the S ranks thing, because I don't think I actually... How did I get an S plus for that? Okay, well... I guess I'll take an S plus for 1 safe and 2 sats, because I misrepresented the notes or something like that. Something about me today is just really off for some reason, but... What I mean by S plus is... In order for you to get an S plus, or at least an S rank, I think it requires all the SP, so I'm gonna try to get all the SP if possible, even if that means a couple more attempts down the road later on so that I can show it off. That's exactly what I meant by that, but 996, again, nothing to complain about, especially for a normal mode. Of course, when it comes to 5-star, or a 5-level node, because they aren't stars, I think they're just ranks. Like a 5 rank, I do within 2 attempts, and a 4 rank, of course, just kicks me into the curb and lets me do it for 15 freaking minutes. Kinda bitter about that, but I don't mean to be so bitter about it, but when it happens, it happens. I'm just not a big fan of it, so... But there is one other thing I do want to show. Not on here, but rather back at home, or in this case, my room. Same thing, right? Ding dong, it's Domino's! Okay, I had to. But we have another visit from Gumi again. But this time, if you look at the bottom screen, she doesn't hand you out a random object like on Friday. On certain days, she actually hands you a specific item, and yes, I'm uploading this on January, and I'm recording these on December. As if you couldn't tell by the dates, I had to bring in a freaking Christmas tree just to prove my point. But this is related to today's topic, or this episode's topic, today's topic, however you want to word it. I'm just going to say this episode today. It's a little bit easier for me. And that is remodeling our home. Now, Sega, is it a home or is it a room? You can never tell. There was a Wednesday sale. Okay. I didn't know that. And Miku's sitting. Well, you'll have to sit no more because we're going to remodel. Now, off screen, I did actually buy a couple new items just to show it off. So already we have the Sakura Miku figurine, but as you can see on the bottom screen, we have room for 2 small figures, 2 medium stuff, 1 large and 1 frame, or 1 photo thing. It's weird, you'd think with so many walls, you'd have plenty of room for additional photos, but I guess there are some rules about posters on the wall to where you limit it to 1. I mean, then again, there are some pictures on the wall, so I mean, that kind of makes sense. So, first off, in the small, of course, we gotta have Sonic. Because why wouldn't we? It's Sega, plus it appeases the gamers that are either A, watching this, or B, kind of forced to watch this because some Vogelite fan recommended it. So, if you're here because of them, kudos to you. They picked a pretty good channel for you to stop by. As for medium, I actually have 2 things. Or actually a lot of things, holy crap. But I do want to show off this later on. In fact, so much later so that I'm actually going to go to the large. I have a red patio seat right here. And then for the photo frames, I have the Mirai DX poster. I did get these pretty cheap, so... Oh, wow. That actually... That kind of looks like they're like jumping infinitely. Like, or floating infinitely. Oh my gosh. That's actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think of that until now. As for the medium though, right over here, I want to put in... let's put in a treadmill, why not? That seems like a lot of fun. You can have fun with a treadmill. And for this one, I'm going to put in the Christmas tree. Don't worry, for those of you who are all like, I'm sick and tired of Christmas, this is going to be the only time in January you'll ever see a freaking Christmas tree, because even I know, even though it's not really towards Christmas, in fact 15 days before Christmas when I'm recording this, because again, I like to bulk record, especially with Mirai DX, I can definitely feel your pain. Especially when it's almost Halloween time and there's still Christmas stuff. Like, what? But to be fair, I also don't like the fact that there's Valentine's stuff even before Christmas. It's like, not only are you not waiting until Valentine's Day, but you're gonna put out the worst holiday stuff soon? Like, come on, I'd rather that holiday not exist. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day. But this Christmas tree actually has a purpose. This is what is considered a seasonal item, as you saw on the bottom screen there. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh cool, with seasonal items, what is this? Oh, I got a snap. Oh cool, so seasonal items. It's kind of like Animal Crossing, where you get a seasonal item, you don't have to buy it, it's sent straight to you, and that's great. I can actually have it in July, and do a Christmas in July, I can keep it forever. Unfortunately, I really do wish that's how it worked, but it doesn't. These seasonal items only last a certain amount of time, and the Christmas tree isn't the only one. I'll show a list on screen of some of the things you can get, and some photos, if I can provide some. Are you seriously bored? You have a treadmill! Okay, sure, why not? But these last a certain period of time. The Christmas tree, as an example, lasts from December 18th until the 25th of December. How fitting, because after Christmas, everyone puts their Christmas stuff away, except Christmas lights. I don't know why people kept their Christmas lights on there. But once that period is up, you cannot use that item anymore. You have to wait until the next year that item is available. What are you doing? Can't you see I'm trying to... Oh my gosh, I just realized you're really up close. Why did I notice that just now? She has a bunch of stuff. But yeah, short periods of time. Now, I've only gotten the Christmas tree, and I think one other one, but I will show off some of the items' expiration dates I was able to find. Because believe it or not, the internet, despite being a great source of resource and material and whatnot, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of topics or stuff related to these seasonal items, so I wasn't able to get a whole bunch of dates. So if you happen to find any of these items and would like to inform me of the expiration dates, like the day you get it to the day you stop getting it, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm not only interested, but I think it's something that really needs to be talked about, because again, everyone, well, at least for the general part, doesn't really play for the decorations and whatnot. You just simply play because it's a rhythm game, right? Why wouldn't you play a rhythm game? Also, where are you going? Oh, you're looking at Sonic. You're looking at the rival for Sega in Japan. Fun fact, Miku and Sonic are considered like rivals in Japan because Miku is actually just as popular as Sonic. Actually, wait a second. Oh, you actually are looking at the Sonic figure. Okay. So, that's all I need to say about the seasonal items. So, if you have a seasonal item, my best recommendation is use it. Once that time is up, replace it with something else immediately, and then wait for another thing to happen. Speaking of, if I can go back to this room, to this angle, we have a treadmill right here, which Miku hasn't even used yet. Depending on what items you can place, they can interact in different forms. You can tell when they're interacting in like video clips by like the transition. I want to wait until something happens like that, but we'll definitely see. You can't just force them to actually play it. They actually have to go there themselves. It's kind of unfortunate because they may not do it. Sometimes they will. Oh, looks like she is. All right. Oh, here's a good example. Run, Miku, run! You can do it! Burn off those calories! Burn off those leaks and... Oh, too fast. She is not Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, yeah. So, once again, if you place certain items, they'll be able to interact. That's pretty much as far as the home goes in terms of remodeling and adding stuff to your decorations. Now she's dancing for us. Isn't that sweet? As if, well, she only technically danced once, so I mean, there's that. But, with that being said, I think that's everything I want to talk about. Oh, wait a second! Wait. One other thing. If I can go back to not animal fortune telling, the other one, this one. I believe there should be now character options. These, if there are multiple Vocaloids in one song, whether it's replacing one or another, they can switch between the two. However, you need to unlock them in order to do this. They don't give you right off the bat. So I'm assuming it's playing the songs are normal on tap mode and button mode, I'm assuming. Not really sure about this, but I bring this up because I believe Kaito can also be playable on this song. There are a bunch of songs, I don't know why I said it there, a bunch of songs that actually do have that, so I wanted to point that out real quick since I kind of forgot about that to begin with. But with that being said, that is everything I want to talk about this episode of Hatsune Miku Project Variety X. We showed you guys decorating. Well, we decorated our room, and we played Animal Fortune Telling and that one land song that I will probably never be able to pronounce all that well, unfortunately. But with that being said, next time, we're gonna start with a very familiar song. Like, if you don't know Vocaloid, you probably might have heard this song, and if you've never heard this song, you're probably missing out, I'm not gonna lie. With that being said, if there's any episodes you missed, whether from the past or from the future, check them out in the playlist down in the description below. But with that being said, my name is Blake, also known as The Nerd, and I will see you guys in my next video. So, until we meet again, don't worry, this is the only time you'll see that Christmas tree. I'm not going to have it out for all eternity. But until we meet again, do remember to take care.